I'm Sherry Dalcin, and I'm the principal at Harold and Brathwaite Secondary School.
What is Link Crew?
So Link Crew is a program that has been at the school for 8 years. It actually began the first year I arrived here as a vice principal. So I've actually gone for my Link Crew training twice, so I know really in depth what the whole program was about. I had the opportunity to actually start it up with a group of teachers back 8 years ago. And really what we're looking at is a transition program that supports our grade 8 students who are arriving from their elementary schools, and we have 4 feeder schools. So it's an opportunity to bring 4 different groups of students. And now that we have an IB program, we actually include even more students outside of the 4 feeder schools. And just a way to get them accompanied with high school life, to hook them up to a grade 11 or grade 12 senior student at HB. That's our Link Crew leaders. And not only just through an orientation program on the first day, but also to offer academic and social follow-ups throughout the whole year, just to make sure that the transition to high school is safe, that they know where they're going. They always have someone sort of looking out for them, and it's a good transition process.
Mm-hmm. So when you said about leadership, could you maybe talk about how Link Crew, gives the students opportunities for leadership and like learning about leadership? So
what we do is we interview, we actually recruit in the year before students who are interested in that opportunity to be leaders. And being a leader really encompasses a lot of important skills. So they do an application process, and they're really looking for students who are able, first of all, to be good communicators, students who are risk takers, students who are interested in taking on the role of helping a younger person in order to get them safely into the school. So through the application process, as well as some interviews, I believe, they then select a certain number, often 60 Link Crew leaders, because this year we had over 400 grade 9s arrive. And initially all those grade 9s are together inside the gymnasium, but later on we break them up into small focus groups of, let's say, 10 grade 9s with only 2 Link Crew leaders. And that's where that Link Crew leader gets a chance to do that communication and team building, helping them get to know each other, helping them to get to know the school. So leadership is really about having the skills to stand in front of those grade 9s, to answer questions, and to sort of communicate what it's like to be at a high school.
Could you maybe give us a few characteristics that you're looking for, like in a Link leader?
The important thing about the Link Crew program is you're looking for senior students who obviously have an understanding of what high school life is about. And that's why we try to look for our grade 11s and 12s, and we don't use our grade 10s, because we're looking at their history of, I remember when I was a grade 9 student, and building on that. The Link Crew leaders have to be different also, because they have to reflect the incoming grade 8 group that are coming in. So you should have Link Crew leaders who are male and some who are female. They should represent different groups, because we do have sometimes cliques in our school of different groups, and it's important that every grade 8 coming in who belongs or feels they belong to sort of a different group sees themselves in our Link Crew. We don't want to choose all of the same type of person. We want to make sure that we're representing our student culturally. We want to make sure, in terms of interest. So that way, every grade 8 sees themselves potentially as someday being a Link Crew leader.
Think it actually works? Like, does it really benefit them?
I absolutely think it does. I know that several of our teachers actually have an assignment that they do with their grade 9s in class, and they ask that very question about what did they think about the Link Crew program and how do they feel that it supported them. And I had the opportunity to read that feedback. One of our teachers, Ms. Prescott, sent it to all of us so that we could sort of get an idea. And the feedback, it's not number feedback, it's qualitative feedback, so it definitely tells us that it helped them feel comfortable. They felt like they knew the school after they had been through that event. We haven't done the academic and social follow-ups yet, but definitely that one first day that we do, I think has a huge impact. When I walk into the school on the first day and I see all the new grade 9 standing in the hallway, my description of them is they're kind of like deer in the headlights. They're just sort of like, and then they go through the day. They have all the opportunities to interact, to tour the school, to go and see their teachers. And by the end of the day, I watch them, and you can tell that they are, like they're relaxed. It's like that day of just focusing on them. They know the school now. They know where their classes are. They've met their teachers. They have several senior students that they've connected with. They've made connections with other students from other feeder schools. So my belief is that it has a huge impact, and the feedback from those students now is that it is having a great impact on their ability to ease into high school life. They feel like this is a safe and welcoming place to be.